Alright guys, how you doing, and welcome back to another video on the FPL Updates channel, where today we're going to be reviewing Game Week 5. So let's get straight into it without further ado and take a look at who's performed the best this game week. Now, funnily enough, despite Manchester City keeping another clean sheet, they ain't got a single defender in the Game Week Dream Team for once. I mean, you know, the game probably got bored of it because, to be honest, it was happening too frequent for my liking. But let's start from the back, and you've got Boaz Myhill in the West Bromwich Albion goal. He did well to keep out Southampton on the day, but it was quite a dull 0-0 draw. And then you've got three defenders who played very well. You've got Delayat, who scored against Aston Villa, and you've got Cook, who scored for Bournemouth. You know, two players who, let's be honest, we don't really know them, we don't really have them, but they perform well. So this may be a one-off, not perhaps maybe something to look into just yet. And finally, you've got Eric Dyer, who actually played in midfield, but obviously on this game he's a defender, so he'll be getting clean sheet points regardless. Now, the midfield is where it gets interesting. First of all, Dimitri Payet. What a signing he is for West Ham. He scored 2 goals, brushed aside Newcastle. I think he's a keeper for the entire season. Although maybe not next week. West Ham travel to Manchester City next week, as we'll see in the preview video for Game Week 6 later on. But, you know, he's a fantastic player. He's created more chances in Europe than any other player since 2011. 2 goals for Payet, and he'll assist 2. Well done to him, the star player of the week. Another one who keeps cropping up is Wes Hoolahan for Norwich. He just seems to keep appearing in this Game Week Dream Team. He's like 33, 34 years of age, but he's still doing the business. He might be one to keep an eye on too, depending on, you know, when Norwich have a nice run of fixtures, which they already have. But he's performing well from midfield. But this next one, we told you to captain him right here on the FPL Updates channel, and if you watched our video and listened to us, 22 points would have been coming to you from Riyad Mahrez, one of the players of the season so far. He got 2 wonderful assists and was unlucky not to score with a left-footed curling shot. He's in the Game Week Dream Team, but when is he not? And we've got Ryan Mason and Daley Blind both getting 10 points. Perhaps not 2 guys you'd expect to score, 2 central defensive midfielders. Blind scored a nice training ground goal and Mason scored a little dink. Probably not going to happen too often, so don't get too worked up about that. And finally, you've got the strikers. Who would have thought a striker would get 17 points having come off the substitutes bench? But he has, and it's Steven Naismith with 17 points. He's done very, very well to get a hat-trick, a perfect hat-trick, in fact. Left foot, right foot, and header against champions Chelsea. You know, you'd expect someone sitting on the bench to come on and get a point with 5 minutes left. He's got 17 points. What a guy he is. Last season, he was great at the beginning. Is this the start of a good run of form for Naismith? Hopefully he'll get to start. Or is it a one-game wonder? And finally, you got Ighalo. That's 2 goals in 5 games for Watford, but they simply don't score enough goals for me to really want to keep an eye on him for the rest of the season. But that is the Game Week 5 Dream Team. A lot of unfamiliar faces on show. So, just before we end, I think in summary, there's 3 things we should pick up on from Game Week 5. 1, you've got to have Dimitri Payet in your team. 2, you've got to have Riyad Mahrez in your team. And 3, you need to watch the FPL Updates video so you know the right man to captain, because we're going to have a lot of happy people who've stuck the magical C on Leicester's midfield maestro. Thanks for watching this video. Be sure to give it a thumbs up, drop a comment and share it. Remember to subscribe to the FPL Updates channel, and this video is sponsored by Premier Punt. We'll see you next time.